saltinesses and bliss. It's been a rainy day outside all day and night. So what better cozy rainy day recipe than berry glazed pork chops? So let's get started. We are going to turn our burner on to medium and add 1 tablespoon of oil. Any oil will do. I'm going with olive oil. And as I always do, we want to spread that oil around the pan as best we can to evenly coat it. And then we're just going to set it back on the heat. And I'm going to partially cover it just to help it warm up. So our 1 tablespoon of oil is all nice and heated up. The pork I am using tonight is just over 1 pound of center cut pork chops. These are boneless. We're just going to lay them right in the pan, and we want to brown each side, so about 2 to 5 minutes per side. And we will put the lid back on. Alright, so while our pork is browning on both sides, we are going to mix up our tasty glaze. So we're going to start with 1/4 cup of any jelly, jam, fruit spread, marmalade, whatever you have in your home, whatever flavor you love. I'm going to go with raspberry. So we want to just scoop all of that into the bowl. Next up is 1 tablespoon of mustard. I go with honey mustard. It is low sodium as well. Last glaze ingredient is some apple cider vinegar. We are going to use 1/4 cup. And before we mix that all together, we are going to give our pork a little flip, and you guys will get a little sneak peek of one side getting browned. The oil in the pan really helps to keep them from sticking too much when we go to flipping them. Okay guys, so with whatever utensil you have that's handy, we're just going to blend those 3 ingredients together. And I know how odd and weird it looked before it was blended, but as you can see, as it starts to blend together, it really starts to look like a tasty glaze, which is exactly what it ends up being. Okay guys, so our pork has been cooking for a bit now. Because we added the oil and because a lot of liquid sometimes comes out of the pork, it didn't really brown on the sides, but more just cooked and changed color from the raw pink that it was. So either way, whether it browns or does this, you're still cooking in the right direction and cooking all the rawness out of it. So what we're going to do now is turn our burner down to medium-low. We are going to pour our glaze over each pork chop, and then we want to cover and simmer that for about 10 minutes or until our pork is cooked all the way through. We want to eliminate all the pink that's in there, and then it will be ready to cut into. See you then. Just a little tip guys, if you want, you can use a spoon and just coat that chop even more with the glaze as it simmers. Or you can wait till the end and do that as well. But if you see some of that glaze down in the pan and you want to get a little thicker coat on there, feel free to do that, because that will just kind of lock in that flavor or all the flavors while it continues to cook. Here it is guys, dinner is ready to put on a plate. So let's scoop one of our pork chops. I'm going to add a little bit of my glaze on top. There we go. On the side, I've got multicolored cauliflower that I have seasoned with unsalted butter, a rainbow peppercorn, and dried parsley flakes. So let me cut into that pork chop just to give you the full effect. There it is. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.